Desire is actually energy. The main problem in our being is a simple understanding about desire can solve the heart problem. You may think, what all the stories you are telling, Swamiji? The whole heart problem, whenever you have any problem in this region, it is nothing but too much of desire suppressing you, too much of the demands being put on you. That's all, nothing else. The things are loaded on your being beyond your capacity, and nobody else loads it. You just take it. For example, even if you don't do any physical work, if you are just sitting, if you are stressed, you will have a shoulder pain. There is no need for you to do any physical work. You are sitting, you are stressed, nothing else. You are just stressed, too much of thinking. You will have a shoulder pain. Any of you have experienced this? You will have a shoulder pain. There are few emotions, just by the very understanding itself will heal you. You don't need to do anything else. The very simple understanding. For example, the moment you understand you are dreaming, you will be out of dream. The moment you understand you are dreaming, you will be out of dream. Any of you have experienced? The moment you remember, I am dreaming, you will be thrown out of the dream. That is why in the East we have given so much of importance to knowledge. Prajnanam Brahma, we say, wisdom is God. Just knowing. There is no need to work. Working is second. Working on the dream and that, all those things are secondary. All those things are not at all. You don't even have to bother about those things. The very simple knowing will change your being. The very simple knowing. In the dream, what do you do to come out of the dream? Nothing else. Just you understand. You know it is a dream. You are out. And the same way, if you know this whole thing is a drama, you will be out. Nothing else. If you know this whole thing is just a psychodrama, simple psychodrama, you will be out. The problem is, we are afraid to know this is a psychodrama because our whole life is based on this only. The moment you understand this is a psychodrama, all your investments, or what for you ran all over the world, or what for you are running, all your running is just to make few cars and few bungalow and to impress few people. But suddenly if God gives you intelligence, the whole thing is just psychodrama. What will happen? There is a beautiful saying by this Bertrand Russell. This guy says, no, oh God, please leave my dreams unto myself. Please don't take that away. Do whatever you want. I'm not asking you to fulfill my dreams. But please don't take them away from me. It is too much. Too much to live without dreams. This guy has become later on a big atheist. Have you read any book? Bertrand Russell. This guy has wrote a book that God is dead. God is dead is declared by Nietzsche. He wrote a book, Why I am an atheist. Why I am not a believer. This guy. Anyhow, he prays, please God, don't take my dreams away from me. He says, living with the truth, living with the reality is too much. It proves that what for I am running, everything is just waste. According to him, it's a terrible fear. I tell you honestly, if you can understand the truth, if you can face the truth, you will be able to run beautifully. Because you know whether you win or lose, there is nothing to bother. You will enjoy very running itself. Only two things in the planet Earth. Either you enjoy the running and the reaching, or you don't enjoy both. That's all. Please be very clear. There are few ultimate laws. Either you enjoy the path and goal, or you don't enjoy path and goal both. There is no question of enjoying only the goal, not the path. We always think, no. When I achieve that, I will enjoy, relax. Not now. Now let me suffer. Now let me do something. Now let me put up with the situation. Now let me work. Now let me not bother anything. I will enjoy. I will achieve and then I will enjoy. Never. If you are not enjoying the very process itself, be sure you are not going to enjoy the goal. Because the path is made of the same stuff in which the goal is made. The goal is made of the same stuff in which paths are made. So whether you enjoy this and that, or you don't enjoy this and that both. So according to me, look deeply into this and understand dreams are the world, what you call as reality, what you feel as reality, what you think as reality is made of the same stuff in which dreams are made. One small story from Ramakrishna. One enlightened person is living in the householder life. Suddenly he lost his son. He was not weeping at all. The whole family was weeping and wailing and crying. His wife started yelling at him. You fool, you have no brain, you have no sensitivity, you have no compassion, your son is dead, you are not weeping. Then he said, of course, little difficult to feel this is practical, but it is practical. He says, of course, don't think I am not feeling, I am feeling. Don't think I am not feeling compassionate, I'm insensitive, I am feeling. But I am worrying. Yesterday night in dreams, in my dream I had 7 sons. I lost all of them when I woke up. Should I cry for them or cry for this one son? That is what I am thinking. There's one more small story in Zen Buddhism. This will give you much deeper insight. One Zen master, early morning he woke up from his bed and started weeping, started crying. All disciples gathered, "Hey, you are enlightened man, why are you weeping? What happened? You are not supposed to cry. What happened?" He said, no, I dreamt as if I have become butterfly. This guy said, what is that? It's ordinary dream. Now you are all right. You are out. Why should you weep for that? This guy says, no. I do not know whether I dreamt I have become butterfly or that butterfly is dreaming now it has become a master. I do not know what is happening. Whether I dreamt that I have become butterfly or that butterfly is dreaming that it has become me. How to find out? Tell me, what is the scale? How to find out? When you see a dream also, you see only in 4 colors. You won't remember when you come to this state. When you see it only in the 4 color. Now please understand. Every time you wake up, you say you are you. Okay, no, nothing wrong. You are you only. I am not telling you are not you. It is based on the time idea. Am I right? Yes. Time, lifespan of your idea, that idea. In the dream, in one dream itself, you live your whole lifespan. You understand? Many times, you are dreamed only for 8 hours. But in the dream itself, you are born, you are growing, you are grown and finished. So, how can you say, now you are having the continuity and there you don't have continuity? There you don't have continuity because you finish it. The time span, based on time span, you can't decide. Because the very time idea itself is totally different between dream and the reality. So, in the reality, what you say, this question is based on the time-space gap. Am I right? Time-space relationship. So, the time-space relationship itself is wrong. No, he is just telling us a story. Actually, he is just teaching us a lesson. Do you think a master will cry? No. He wants to teach a lesson, so he says. He can not only he can't have a dream. You think that a master will cry? He will never cry. He cries and makes the scene, and Zen people, they create all sorts of techniques. And you do not know what all Zen people will do. They will beat the disciples to become enlightened.
Well, the question was, how can you tell the difference between a dream and a reality? That's not the right question.
See, one thing. That's my question.
Okay. Well, I guess my statement was that if I wake up every morning and I'm me, and then one morning I wake up and I have a memory of being a butterfly, that's not consistent with the me that I've always
One thing,
wanted to be.
when you die and take a next body, what happens? You are not the same you, different person. So every dream span, you die and next thing you take one more body. One more body. That's one thing. Next thing, in the reality lifespan, you say 70 years means this long time. But in the dream lifespan, the same thing will happen. But when you compare to reality and the dream, the time will be short. Now when you compare, you say it was only 8 hours. But when you dream, you really feel it is happening step by step. As if you are really undergoing the whole 30 years or 40 years of experience. So when you are undergoing that, that is totally reality. When you come out of that, only then you say, no, it is only 8 years. When you come out of this reality also, you will understand, this is also not 70 years as you think. That is why we say for Devatas, for us, one full year is only one day for Devatas. Have you heard of that? Yes. In Vedas, time is never calculated chronologically. Now I tell you the important thing, the important idea which you need to understand. This will give you a deep insight about these three philosophy. Time is calculated in the Vedas as a kshana. Kshana means not 1 second, no. Gap between one thought and the other thought. If the gap between one thought and the other thought is too much, you are having less number of thoughts. It means you are in heaven, you are in ecstasy. For example, if you are near by a person whom you really love, you enjoy, you want his company, you feel very much in tune with him, happy. If you are with him, even 4 or 5 hours will simply fly. Suddenly you realize, oh, so much of time is over. Suddenly you realize, oh, already 2-3 hours over. You don't even know how the time flies. The same thing if you are near a person who is headache for you, who continuously tortures you, with whom you don't feel happy, comfortable. Even half an hour will look like a eternity, long time. Why? It is intensity of thought which makes you really feel the time. Time is not chronological, it is psychological. So when you are in the dream state, the number of thoughts is too much. The frequency of thoughts are much more higher than the frequency of your being. That is why your eye is just flooded by thoughts. Your eye, that is why I say, in that state you don't have eye. Your eye is just flooded by thoughts. The frequency of thoughts is too much. Your eye disappears. Your eye is flooded. You don't have control. Now, the dream is too much of thoughts. That is why you feel long time is happening. Here, you feel one amount of time. So, time is going on. In little higher consciousness, time, you see, even if it is thousands of years, you will not feel the time has gone because the number of thoughts is less. That is why we always say, Devatas have got different calendar. For us, if it is 1000 year, for them it is only one day. For us, if it's a yuga, for them it's only one day. It is the space in which you live. There you have a different time. Which space you are living, there, that time you are enjoying. So based on the time-space concept, you cannot say this is not dream. Next question. And there is a important thing in the Vedanta. They say that by Upanishads, if you just understand the Avastatraya means the three states, you are liberated. Nothing else. You are liberated from all the pains and sufferings. If you just understand these three concepts deeply, clearly, intellectually, just intellectually. I am not telling about anything. You don't have to become enlightened. The very clear intellectual understanding about these three states will liberate you from pains and sufferings. Any other? Why you are laughing? No, actually, I know why you are not able to believe what I say. No, why you not only you must be able to believe, you must be able to really feel it. Why we are not able to feel, the understanding never goes deeper level. The understanding is never taken sincerely. That is the reason. For example, people come and tell me, Swamiji, I know smoking is wrong, but I am not able to drop. But do you say, I know touching the fire will burn me, but I am not able to stop?
No.
You don't say that. This you understand, but that you don't understand totally.
Yeah.
This solid way, that you don't understand it. Unless that person gets cancer, even if he gets, he justifies. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe because of that, maybe because of this. As if all the people who don't smoke, they don't get cancer or what. Some logic. You have some logic. You have some misunderstanding. That is the reason you say, I know smoking is wrong, but I am not able to drop. Means with full consciousness you never understood. Now you understand with full consciousness. All these days, if you are not liberated, please be very clear. There are many people who come and tell me, no, Swamiji, I read enough of books about this Avastatraya. I read so many books about this Vedanta philosophy. I am not liberated. Means what? There is some gap in your understanding. If you say that, there is some gap. Now, put your whole effort to understand it clearly and have the courage to go behind this truth. You will see it will be liberated.